So listen, if you clicked on this video, you're probably already operating at a decent level socially. Whether that's in sales, whether that's in business, whether that's in dating, friends. But you know that there's another level that's possible. You're able to connect with people, you're able to get girls, whatever it may be for you. But it's not per se like it's a 10 out of 10 on your terms. People are just coming at you, people are inviting you out, people chasing you, etc. So I'm gonna explain to you in this very short and concise and perfect video how to actually get people to do just that. Because listen, the main thing is that the first step in order to be able to make that happen is a mindset switch. Because right now, you're probably entering interactions from a frame of mind that says, I need to make shit happen. I need to chase the person, or I am the one who needs to prove my worth. And the main shift, the main belief system that you want to change, because everything stems from beliefs. Whether you believe that you're the shit or that you're just okay, that's going to come through your communication. That's going to make the other person decide how to treat you. Act like a rock star, get treated like a rock star, and the best way to do that is believe you truly are a rock star. How to do that is this. You want to change the frame. All that interactions are is you have a frame and the other person has a frame. So you might approach a stranger, you might do a cold call for business. Your frame is like, I have the best option to offer in this town. I'm a company that's in abundance. We have to pick our clients. We don't even accept everybody. And we're the best to work with, and you should work with us. You should want to work with us, right? That's your frame. The potential client's frame is probably like, you're just some dude that's calling me. You're nothing. You should explain to me why I should work with you instead of the other way around. And those frames are going to collide because they're opposing frames. They're opposing belief systems. Now, whoever is going to win, whichever frame is strongest, will take over that interaction. And if that's the frame that you're coming from, and you're certain in that, at any time length, that's going to take over that interaction, and then this is going to be the frame. And that means that this person is going to chase you. So a lot of people speaking about like, okay, how to get people to chase you or how to do social interaction sales, they talk about a few lines that you can say to trigger that behavior in them. But if you don't come from the right identity and belief system in the first place, all of that is just compensation. It's not going to work, or it might work for a little bit, but not on the long-term time horizon, because it's not truly you. And you're trying to put on a mask, you're trying to fake abundance or trying to fake being the prize within the interaction. So it has to come from a deeper level of confidence and self-value. And once you have that, then that's automatically going to communicate through. So how do you actually build that? If you want to develop a belief system, you want to just simply start by choosing that belief system. Because right now you are walking around with a pre-programmed belief system, most likely from the ages of 0 to 7, right? So you're just walking around like a certain person. You have a certain personality, you have a certain belief system. And that belief system is not yours. You didn't choose it, didn't modify it. It was just given to you by your parents and by early childhood events that shaped your subconscious mind. Don't have a fucking ego about it. It's just what's there. It's just a program that you're running. It's not you. What's you is the consciousness that actually observes that program. So don't feel self-conscious about it. Don't have an ego about it if you're still not as confident as you want to be, or if you're not as attractive as you want to be, whatever. It's simply fuck the program, okay? Some people got a great program. Some people didn't get a great program. That's fucking life. Some people look great out of the womb. Some people are ugly as fuck. Accept that reality as first. From there on, you can start to say, okay, that's my subconscious program right now. What I want to do is change that, and I want to choose that I'm a 10. I want to choose that I'm the prize. And you choose that, and you step into that, and then you start behaving from there. So you be that, you shift into that place of being, and now you're going to start to talk, act, walk, breathe like that, because you're coming from that identity. That's then going to start reinforcing the more times you do that, and it becomes your new default over time. That's the whole game. That's it. And you can also start repeating it to yourself, and repetition will make it go into your subconscious. Now, a way to do that even faster is to use something like hypnosis. You can listen to my guided hypnosis, which you can get if you shoot me a DM on Instagram, actually, @BoydHook. DM me on Instagram, I'll give you that for free. Okay, no issue, or my assistant will drop it to you. Just DM me Hypno, and then we'll know to send you that little audio. But that being said, that just gets into your subconscious more quickly. Both methods work, repetition and hypnosis, and the best thing is to do both of them. And that makes it go even more quick. And so then you're walking around with a new belief system. Now, from that new belief system, you're automatically gonna pull people in, because if you truly believe, think about this. If you truly believed that you were like God's gift to women, or the best friend you could ever have, or the best salesman, or whatever it may be, in whatever segment you're trying to do this, how much differently would you communicate, right? Sometimes you can just check yourself by, you look at a text thread you have with someone, or like an email thread you have with a client, or whatever it may be. You go through that and you see after the fact, you see how you write, you see everything you say, and you ask yourself, would a completely popular celebrity say this? Would a billionaire talk like this? Would a company that's in true abundance, that has 100 clients, speak like this? And it's probably the answer is going to be no. And then you know that there's work to do. This new belief system is going to create that new communication. So it's not just focusing on like the external thing. Okay, what do I say here? What's this line? What's that line? Because then you're just trying to micromanage, and you can never do that because your subconscious is active 95% of the time, right? So you cannot consciously monitor all your behavior and everything you say. It's impossible. And so what's easier? Consciously trying to monitor everything you say and really faking it, or changing the program in the subconscious and having that go as per default. The whole game is making the identity required for your level of success desired your new subconscious program. And then it's all gonna go automatic. Now, it takes some effort to do that in the beginning, right? Because you gotta consciously go into your subconscious. You can get help with it if you're getting coached or if you're getting hypnotized and stuff like that. That goes way quicker and it's way easier. And it's just a certainty there that it's gonna happen. But you gotta go through the gates of your subconscious mind and get it in there. And then once that's your new default, you don't have to think about it anymore. It is like driving, right? First, you do all these things, you gotta learn it, this, that. But then once it goes into your subconscious, now it's a program, now it's a habit. Now you can just do whatever you want during driving, right? And that's the same thing with these belief systems. So that's what you want to get into. And then once you believe that, people are just gonna start coming at you more because that's how you act, right? It's in the very subtle sub-communication, which you can't really fake, right? It's very hard to do that. It's in the way that like, oh, you just looked away, or you just this, or like you just said something in that way, or it's just a tonality, whatever it may be. That creates that frame and that reinforces that frame of you are the prize and they should be chasing you. Now, is there 1,001 things you can do to accelerate that process, or little tricks you can do to like make someone chase you quicker, etc., etc., etc.? There obviously is little things you can do, but I can tell you this, those little tricks and putting on a mask, it can work, but it's like ultimately not a natural way of going about things. If you have that belief system and then you just think of the frame of like, listen, I know who I am, right, as a person. And I know what I want. And whenever I speak to a person, I qualify them, and by naturally being honest and being direct and being confident in expressing every opinion that I truly have, you're naturally gonna push people away where needed, and they're naturally gonna come back where needed, and you're naturally gonna look away when something says you don't like. So you don't have to fake that. That's gonna come naturally if you truly know who you are and you're not changing it for everybody. Then naturally you're gonna disqualify people. Naturally you're gonna say something that's a little shitty funny to people, right? That's just gonna happen naturally. You don't need to make a trick out of it. You don't need to write it all down and all that shit, right? It's just about being, right? It's a frame of being a certain person, right? Of value, and that knows who they are, and that is just there to communicate so that they can attract the people that they want to connect with. And that's gonna have all those things happen automatically. And then maybe there's a few things that you can learn. Maybe there's a few tactics that you can implement, right? But the core of it will always and ever be that, right? That is the core of it. So implement that, my friend. Shift your belief systems, operate from that certain identity, and then you're gonna attract those people to come to you like that, right? And if you want a little bit more awareness of that, you can ask yourself sometimes like, hey, what would this person say in that situation? What would I say in this situation if I was 10 times smarter or 10 times more confident? What would I have done in that situation if I was 10 times more valuable, right? And then you're gonna get some more awareness of the model that you need to be, and then step into that more and more and more. And obviously in the beginning, it might feel a little bit weird, right? It's like this. If you go to the gym, you're bench pressing like this because you've never gone to the gym before, right? And then someone tells you, hey dude, listen, if you just change your arms to this position, you're gonna bench like 4 times more. So you change your arms, but you've been doing this for a long ass time because you're from some weird island and you didn't know how to bench press, okay? You change your arms around. First, it's gonna be a little bit awkward, but then after a little while, you're gonna bench 4 times more, right? So it's about conditioning that new thing in, right? That's just how it works. It's that simple. Don't make it more complicated than it is. You don't have an abundance block. You don't need to heal your inner child. It's just about a new identity that you shift into, and that needs to become your new default. And now you're just gonna operate from there automatically. That's it, guys. Don't make it more complicated than it is, right? It can take long or it can take shorter, depending on the methods that you use, depending on if you get help or not, and depending on if you really put your mind to it to step into the discomfort and do whatever you need to do to make it happen. So let's go. It's unacceptable to be unconfident. It's unacceptable to have people treat you like a 7 when you know it could be a goddamn 10. It's unacceptable to know where you are going with your potential and the dreams and reality that you're gonna create and have people not buy into that fully because you're not certain and confident. Unacceptable. Change this, shift your identity, operate from there, condition it in, have it be your new default, and drive that motherfucker like it's a supercar. I'll see you in the next one.